Most people think calm people are simply born that way, that some people are just naturally strong, naturally composed, naturally stable when things go wrong. But that's not true, because the truth is, the calmest people you know are often the ones who have gone through the most. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, you'll understand something surprising about people who stay calm in difficult times. Something that might completely change the way you look at stress, problems, and even your own mind. There's a moment in life that reveals more about your psychology than almost anything else. It's not success. It's not comfort. It's not when everything is working out. It's when something goes wrong, when a plan collapses, when something unexpected happens, when uncertainty suddenly appears in front of you. Most people react immediately. Their heart starts racing. Their mind fills with worst-case scenarios. What if everything falls apart? What if I can't fix this? What if this ruins everything I've worked for? The brain begins searching for danger. And once the brain enters that state, clarity disappears. But calm people respond differently. Not because they don't feel stress, not because they're emotionless, but because their relationship with difficulty is completely different. For most people, difficulty feels like a threat. For calm people, difficulty feels like information, something that needs attention, not panic. And that small difference in perception changes everything. When the brain senses danger, it activates urgency. Urgency makes you move faster, but it also makes your thinking narrower. You stop analyzing. You stop observing. You simply react. That's why panic often creates worse outcomes. Calm people interrupt this pattern. They pause. That pause may only last a few seconds, but psychologically it's powerful, because between the event and the reaction there is space. And in that space, awareness appears. Instead of reacting automatically, calm individuals observe. They notice their thoughts. They notice their emotions. But they don't immediately obey them. A wave of stress might rise, but they watch it. They don't become it. This ability is called emotional regulation, and it's one of the strongest predictors of resilience. People who stay calm in difficult times have trained their nervous system not to treat every challenge as a catastrophe. They understand something many people forget. Not every difficult moment is a disaster. Sometimes it's simply a problem that needs to be solved. Another psychological trait calm people have is perspective. When something stressful happens, most people zoom in. They focus entirely on the problem. Calm people zoom out. They ask themselves bigger questions. Will this matter in a year? Is this actually as serious as it feels right now? What is the next small step? Zooming out reduces emotional intensity. It reminds the brain that this moment is temporary. And when the mind understands that something is temporary, panic loses its power. Calm people also tend to accept uncertainty more easily. This is extremely important, because much of anxiety comes from one illusion, the illusion that we should be able to control everything. Life doesn't work like that. There will always be unexpected events. Plans will change. People will disappoint you. Situations will appear that you never predicted. People who struggle with uncertainty try to control everything. But calm people think differently. They expect uncertainty. They understand that life is unpredictable. And because unpredictability is already part of their mental model, it doesn't shock them when it appears. Instead of resisting reality, they adapt to it. Another trait calm people share is patience. They don't believe every problem must be solved immediately. They allow time to play a role. Sometimes the best response to a difficult moment is not action. It's observation, waiting, thinking clearly before reacting. In a world obsessed with speed, patience looks weak. But psychologically, patience is strength, because impulsive reactions often create bigger problems than the original situation. Many calm people have also experienced real difficulty before. Loss, failure, uncertainty, moments where things truly felt unstable. And those experiences change their relationship with stress. When you have already survived difficult seasons, new problems feel different. Your brain remembers something powerful. I've been through worse. That memory creates quiet confidence, not loud confidence, not arrogance, just the understanding that difficulty is survivable. Calm people also trust themselves. They may not know exactly what will happen next, but they believe they can handle it step by step. This belief reduces fear, because fear grows when the mind believes, I won't be able to deal with this. But calm people replace that thought with something simpler. I'll figure it out. Another psychological difference is how calm people treat their thoughts. Most people treat thoughts as facts. If the mind says everything is going wrong, they believe it. If the mind says this will end badly, they believe it. Calm people treat thoughts differently. They treat them as possibilities. A thought appears. They notice it, but they don't automatically accept it as truth. This creates distance between the mind and reality, and that distance prevents emotional storms from taking control. Calm people are also selective with their attention. In difficult moments, many people search for blame. They replay mistakes. They focus on what went wrong. But calm individuals shift their attention toward solutions. What can I do now? What is still possible? What is the next step? That small shift keeps their mind moving forward instead of staying trapped in regret. And perhaps the most important trait calm people share is this: they don't expect life to be easy. When you expect life to always go smoothly, difficulty feels unfair. But when you understand that challenges are part of life, they feel normal. They become something you move through instead of something that destroys you. And here's the most surprising truth about calm people. They are not calm because life is easy for them. They are calm because they learned how to think differently when life becomes difficult. They learned that panic doesn't solve problems. They learned that clarity is more powerful than urgency. They learned that most situations look worse in the mind than they actually are. So the next time you face a difficult moment, remember this: calmness is not a personality trait. It's a skill, a psychological habit. And like any habit, it can be built, one pause at a time, one thoughtful reaction at a time, one decision not to panic at a time. Because the strongest minds are not the ones that never face problems. They are the ones that remain steady when problems appear. And the more you practice that steadiness, the stronger your mind becomes.